Greetings, fellow YouTubers. BlueHedgehogMan17 here once again. Today I will reveal with you guys a list of N64 games. Let's begin. First game I'm going to review, Super Mario 64, released in 1996. This marks the first time when Mario is in 3D and Bowser tries to kidnap Princess Toadstool Peach once again. In this game, it's Mario's job to get as many stars as possible as he progresses through the game. There are also 3 hidden caps to find in the game, as well as secret stars to collect. There are 120 stars in total, and if you can get all 120 stars, you will be able to unlock Yoshi. Yoshi will appear at the top of the outside part of Peach's castle, and to reach him, you will see a cannon right before the beach, right before the moat. You can use that cannon to blast your way up into that area, and Yoshi will be up there. This was a great game, and I enjoyed getting all 120 stars. Next game I'm going to review, Cruis'n USA. This game was released in 1996. However, there was an arcade version that first was released in 94. In this game, you have to go through 14 different courses with cars that you can choose from before the start of each race. When you traverse through the 14 courses, you will be successful in completing the cruise. In this version of the game, you have to come in first place on every course in order to successfully end the cruise. In the arcade version, if you did not come in first place, you had to insert tokens. Meanwhile, first place finishes would award you free races. This was a great game for the Nintendo 64, and it is now available on Virtual Console for 1,000 Wii points. You can buy this game and all these other great N64 games in the Wii Shop channel, the Virtual Console portion, if you have a Wii. Next game, Mario Kart 64, released in 1997. This is the first Mario Kart which is used into 3D following the release of the predecessor Super Mario Kart for the SNES. There are 4 cups to choose from, each with 4 tracks. There are 4 classes, 50, 100, 150, and Extra. To unlock Extra, you must collect all gold trophies in the previous 3 classes. And there are 2 characters replacing 2 characters from the previous Mario Kart. Wario and Donkey Kong replace Koopa Troopa and Donkey Kong Jr. respectively. The remaining 6 characters continue through this game. There is also an optional battle mode and versus mode for multiplayer. You can choose Grand Prix mode for 1 player and 2 player, and there's also a time attack mode for 1 player to try to make your top 5 records. To save ghost data, you will need an N64 controller pack. Next game, Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. This game is rated M for mature, so kids, I wouldn't play this game if I were you. This game involves Sub-Zero, and he must traverse through 8 different levels, some of which are not easy. As you control Sub-Zero, you can fight Shaolin monks to gain experience points, as well as facing some bosses for each level. After you defeat each boss, Sub-Zero can move on to the next level in the game. There are various hazards to try to dodge here, so be careful. Next game, Diddy Kong Racing. This game involves, of course, Diddy Kong, as well as some friends, as they try to race for many challenges that must be completed. They are suddenly stopped by an evil alien pig wizard named Wizpig, and he will try to use his evil magic on you. Now, you must race through 5 worlds, each with 4 courses, and you must come in first place in every course, as well as coming in first place in silver coin challenges, in which you have 8 silver coins to get in each world. After you collect all 8 silver coins in each world, you will face a boss representing that respective world. There are also multiplayer courses for either the first one to complete a certain task or the last one standing, as that person tries to eliminate the other racers. I'd give this game a good rating, but rating's not important. But this game was very good, and I wish it was on Virtual Console, don't you? If you guys think this should be on Virtual Console, let me know, comment, and see, and maybe I'll reply to you. Next game, Mischief Makers, starring Professor Theo and Marina Lightyears. Marina is an ultra intergalactic Cybot G, and they are found in the planet Clancer, a world filled with Clancers, as Marina tries to stop 3 evil villains from proceeding with their evil plots to take over the world, also known as the Beast Sector. In this game, you have 4 types of gems to collect. You have a red gem, which will help you later in missions. The other gems heal life. Blue gems heal a little bit of life. Green gems heal more life. And gold gems heal even more life than green gems. You will need gold gems at the end of the game, so be careful. Make sure you get those gold gems as you progress through the game. Next game, Star Fox 64. This game involves 4 members of Team Star Fox: Fox McCloud, the leader, and the pilot who you have to control, and his teammates Slippy Toad, Peppy Hare, legendary Star Fox member, and Falco Lombardi. On your way, you will be stopped by Team Star Wolf, Star Fox's rival team, consisting of Wolf O'Donnell, the leader, and his teammates former Star Fox member Pigma Dengar, Andrew Oikoni, and Leon Powalski. As you progress through the game, Andrew's uncle Andros takes over the planet Venom, and Star Fox tries to make their way all the way through until they reach that planet and defeat Andros once and for all. If you can successfully defeat Andros, you clear the game. There are various difficulties for each level, so choose your route wisely. Next game, Yoshi's Story. This is similar to that of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island for the SNES, but not exactly true. The similarities are that there are different colored Yoshis as before, as well as them having to carry up to 6 eggs. In this game, you must travel the Yoshis through 6 pages. After completing a level in each page, you can move on to the next one. When you reach page 6, you're in a castle, and you go into battle against Baby Bowser, who has stolen the Super Happy Tree from the Yoshis. Now, as you progress through the game, you must get the Yoshis to eat 30 fruits. There are 30 melons to be found, but they are rare to find. And there are other fruits to be found, including melons. Lucky fruits that are randomly selected fully restore a Yoshi. Fruits that match with the Yoshi's colors will earn them 3 hearts, and other colored fruits will earn them only 1 heart. So there you go. Now, once Baby Bowser is defeated, the Yoshis fully restore the Super Happy Tree, and Yoshi's Story is made. Next game, Glover. This game, as well as Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, they were not only released for the N64, but they were also released for the PlayStation. Glover takes place inside a castle, and you must progress through 6 different worlds as you attempt to retrieve crystals. As Glover, you must control him through each level having 3 stages, as well as a boss stage and a bonus stage. But to play the bonus stage, you must collect every Garib from the worlds. The Garibs are those little card things that spin around in each level, and it's important to get them in the worlds. Now, let's not forget, if you play the bonus levels and you successfully complete all 6, you will get the true ending for congratulations after you defeat all 6 bosses, including Glover's alter ego and hand rival, Cross Stitch. Next game, Cruis'n World. Cruis'n World was released In 1998, following the arcade release in 1996. In this game, there are 15 courses to go through, one of which was not in the arcade version to be played, and that is the moon. The moon is only playable in the N64 version. Now, there's more music, there's different music in Cruis'n World than Cruis'n USA. This game was made by not only Midway, but Eurocom as well. Also in this game, there are more cars that you can choose from, other than the ones from Cruis'n USA, and there is also a championship mode, as well as the practice mode. For the practice mode, you can practice the championship to try to unlock new cars. And there's one power level that is completely locked until you get the other power levels within the championship mode. There are 5 power levels to be won after you start with power level 1. You win the first 4 in the championship, and to unlock the 5th one, to get 6 power levels, you must play the cruise on very hard difficulty using power level 1. Once you do that, you will have power level 6, and with the help of power level 6, you can unlock the remaining car that is tough to unlock. All in all, Cruis'n World was a great game, and I love it as much as I like Cruis'n USA. Now, I will not review Cruis'n Exotica because I don't like that game as much as I like the previous 2. So I will not review Cruis'n Exotica. And I'm sorry if you guys wanted to hear me say that, but no. I will not review Cruis'n Exotica. Next game. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This game is a classic. This game involves the legendary hero Link, and in the game you must control him through various dungeons and temples, and you will need enough equipment to progress through the game for each dungeon and temple. First in line, you have 3 spiritual stones to get. Then Link goes to Hyrule Castle, replaces the fairy ocarina that Saria gives him with the Ocarina of Time that Princess Zelda gives him. After that, you go to Hyrule Castle, you enter, and you go to the Temple of Time. You play the Song of Time, place the 3 spiritual stones where they belong, and the Door of Time, the sealed door, will open. Link goes to the Master Sword, becomes an adult because he was a kid at the time. You progress through the 5 temples, awaken the 6 sages, and then with Zelda's help, as the 7th stage, you defeat Ganondorf in his castle, and the 7 sages will seal him up into the void of the evil realm. There are also a lot of mini games that you can play that can help you on your quest. These mini games will give you more items that can be helpful as you progress through the game. These minigames will also help you in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and in just a moment I'm going to review that game. But for right now, let's move on with F-Zero X. This game is another classic. It involves the return of 4 racers from the previous F-Zero released for SNES, as well as 26 new racers to join the game. There are 4 Grand Prix courses to choose from, each with 6 tracks. And in order to win the trophy, you must place it first overall by the end of the 6 tracks. However, in the Grand Prix mode, you also have lives to go through the entire race. If you lose all your lives, it's game over for you, so be careful. Also, you have time attack, as I stated before with Mario Kart 64. You also have versus battle, where, like I said before with Mario Kart 64, is multiplayer. And you also have a death race. Death race is that you pick one racer, one specific racer, and you try to get the other 29 out of the death race as fast as you can. So that proves everything for F-Zero X. Next game, Pokémon Snap. Pokémon Snap involves a young photographer named Todd. And in this game, Professor Oak helps you out. And as Todd, you must travel through 7 levels. And with each picture you take using his camera, the more Pokemon you get, the more things you can unlock. You can unlock more stages, as well as more points. And all in all, this was a great game. And I have to say, my favorite part about this game is the Pokemon signs, as well as getting the Pester Ball. Most of you might know what the Pester Ball is, and yet there are some of you that don't. Anyway, next game, Super Smash Brothers. This is the first game of the Super Smash Brothers series, followed by the releases of Super Smash Bros. Melee and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This game had 12 characters to choose from, 9 stages to choose from, and various options. In 1P mode, you must choose a specific character and go against the others in the same order that it usually would be. First Link, then Yoshi team, etc. from there. But this game deserves a good rating, especially because of its multiplayer action. Now, when you reach the end, you will have a one-on-one final battle with the Master Hand. If you can successfully defeat the Master Hand, you will complete the 1P mode. Crazy Hand did not make his appearance until Super Smash Bros. Melee. And with the power of both hands, they will try to stomp you to death. it's an epic yet painful battle to survive against Master and Crazy Hand in Melee and Brawl. 4 games left that I'm going to review. I've stated already that I was going to review The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and here it is. This game is the sequel to Ocarina of Time. It does not involve Link becoming an adult, but it does involve getting lots and lots of masks. 3 of which allow Link to transform into different races of Hyrule. He can transform into a Deku. He can transform into a Goron. And he can transform into a Zora. With the power of these 3 masks, Link can progress through the game. You will need these masks to help you on your quest, and as I said before with Ocarina of Time, you're going to need certain items to help you through the game as well. So be very careful when choosing weapons carefully. Now, in this game, Link has 3 days to try to retrieve Majora's Mask back to the mask salesman, and if you can successfully do that, the game is over. This game is harder than Ocarina of Time, and I've had a few difficulties in this game, but it was very good and I loved it. I still enjoy Ocarina of Time more than Majora's Mask, but the game was still good nonetheless. So, that being said, next game. Pokémon Stadium. In this game, there are various modes to choose from. You have free battle, in which you can play battles for free, of course. The Game Boy Tower, where you can play your Game Boy Pokemon game pack. You can play with your red, blue, or yellow versions. Kids Club, where you get to play 9 minigames. The Victory Palace, where the Pokemon you used for victory will appear in the stadium and gym leader castle. Professor Oak's lab to test your Pokedex data and such. Stadium mode, where you must compete in 4 stadiums for a chance to win up to 10 trophies in 2 rounds, 20 trophies total. And finally, in Gym Leader Castle, you must defeat the 8 gym leaders, following the 3 trainers for each gym, as well as the Elite 4 and the champion, who is your rival. I have never completely gone through this game, but some of those battles were great and I loved it, and I especially liked the Kids Club. Next game, Pokemon Puzzle League. Pokemon Puzzle League is similar to that of Panel de Pon from the SNES, as well as the North American remake known as Tetris Attack. In Tetris Attack, you play as the characters from Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, while in Pokemon Puzzle League, you play with the characters from the Pokemon anime. Now, In 1P mode, you must play as Ash Ketchum as you try to get him through the 1P stadium in 5 difficulty levels: easy, normal, hard, very hard, and super hard. When you complete the stages in very hard and super hard against Mewtwo, because he's the final opponent, he's the puzzle master, you will be able to unlock his stage and play in it in 2P mode. There are other modes as well. You have Professor Oak's Lab, which is the tutorial, the Pokémon Center, which is options mode, the Mimic Mansion, where Tracy can help you with specific and hard to do techniques, the Spa Service, also known as Line Clear Game, Marathon, which is an endless game. You continue to make, in that mode, you continue to make combos and chains until the stack reaches the top. Puzzle mode, where you try to figure out certain puzzles within a certain amount of moves. And finally, Time Zone, where for 2 minutes you try to make as many combos and chains as you can before time runs out without letting the stack reach the ceiling. This was a great game because I have to say making combos and chains was very good. Soon I will definitely do a walkthrough of this game, as well as some of the others that I've already mentioned before. And I will show you guys how to play through the game in case you guys need any help. And the last game I'm going to review is the sequel to Pokémon Stadium, Pokémon Stadium 2. This is the sequel to Pokémon Stadium, as it has slightly different modes compared to the first one. And you can play not only the red, blue, and yellow versions, but the gold, silver, and crystal versions as well. And, as I've stated before, you have the the Game Boy Tower, the stadium, and the Gym Leader Castle, and the free battle. You have the minigame mode on this one, which is similar to Kids Club, except now you also have quizzes to take. You have My Room, which is only for the gold, silver, crystal versions. You have Mystery Gift to see if you can get a mystery gift from the girl. And when you complete the stadium and Gym Leader Castle, there is a versus rival mode where you get to compete against your gold, silver, crystal rival. So, that's that. Comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you have to do. BlueHedgehogMan17, signing out until next time when I make another video. Goodbye, everyone.